Beautiful people, welcome back to another video. For those new here, my name is Pete. Some call me Pilot Pete. I'm a 767 airline pilot, and today, oh boy, are we starting a fantastic trip. I cannot freaking wait for this trip. 3 new countries, 3 new cities, 3 new passport stamps. I am freaking stoked. Take a look at this trip. Start with an easy deadhead down to Miami, where I currently am. Today, we're operating 9 hours to Buenos Aires, Argentina, and then we're headed to Santiago, Chile, followed by Quito, Ecuador, finishing the round trip flight back up to Miami, and then a deadhead back to New York. Oh boy, I cannot freaking wait. Like I said, this is just a trip of a lifetime for me, for someone who's never been to these parts of the world, gets to experience all this new culture. So I am so freaking stoked. As always, if you want to come fly, let's go do it. So if you were here last week, you know Sonia and I just got back from our little vacation for the summer, 2 weeks in Greece, just what the doctor ordered. It was freaking perfect. Every airline pilot gets vacation days depending on how long they've been at the company. So for me, I've been at my company for about 5 years now. I get about 21 days of vacation, so I took full advantage of it. But now we're back to work, and oh boy, what a welcome back trip it is. Never been to these places, so super excited. First trip will be a long one. Like I said, it's 9 hours down to Buenos Aires, Argentina, but that means we're gonna have 3 pilots on board. So captain, first officer, and a relief first officer. We'll have bunks, we'll be able to sleep, international catering. You already know I ordered all the food I possibly could for our 9-hour journey. And it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be exciting because the layovers are long. Buenos Aires is only 25 hours, that will be short. But then Santiago, Chile, I have like 55 hours there. And then in Quito, Ecuador, 66-hour layover. So yeah, like I said, I'm just really excited. The downside, I'm gone for a while. I mean, this footprint of this trip is 9 days, Monday to Wednesday. The following weeks, it's a long time to be away from home. But I'm able to shrink it down to 8 days, I should say, because of the deadheads. Deadheaded in yesterday from New York, and I'll be able to leave Miami when we get back a day early. So this will be a good taste of like long haul flying. If the 777 is really what I want, we'll see how I handle the long flights and the long time away from home. But like I said, I couldn't be more excited. You already know we're starting off the day. We're gonna go for a little bit of a run. Our hotel is not too far from an Equinox, so it's non-negotiable. Little bit of a run and a leg day. I'm still raising money for the New York City Marathon, though, for Children's Aid. So if you've donated, thank you. If you want to donate to the great cause, I'd really appreciate it. Link is in the description below. But let's get this day started.
Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back.
All right, folks, workout complete, run done, feeling good. Got the non-negotiable out of the way. And now we're about to embark on it'll be my second longest ever flight, operating 8 hours and 45 minutes. It's blocked at. A lot of miles, a long way. My longest flight to date, because I know you're gonna ask, is like 12 and a half hours. It was from Campinas, Brazil to Memphis, Tennessee. So this will be my second longest ever, Miami down to Buenos Aires, Argentina. Let me show you guys the flight plan. So here's the flight plan. It's a long way from the tip of Florida, Miami, past Cuba, and then we enter South America and pretty much fly the entire continent, I should say, past whatever mountains these are. Don't judge me on my geography. And then all the way down to Argentina, Buenos Aires. Really looking forward to it. It's gonna be long. I got my Netflix shows downloaded. We're carrying 124,000 pounds of gasoline to make the about 30, I just looked it up, 3,900 nautical miles. So it's a far one, as you can see. 3 pilots, Not sure what my rest period will be. The captain will tell us when we link up. He'll either say he is the first one, the relief first officer, or myself. So there'll be, like I said, 3 of us. We got catered, we got bunks. I'm excited. I don't do this very, very often. Excited to get paid to obviously fly to a cool place, get paid to sleep in a bunk, get paid to eat some good catering. We'll start the journey. 8 hours, 45 minutes down to Argentina, baby. I'll see you guys on the ramp in Miami. All right, so fun fact about this trip, I am the FO, but I do not have to do the walk around. That's actually the job of the RFO. And another fun fact, the RFO, or Relief First Officer, is actually a captain. There's really 2 captains on this flight as far as their designations go, but only 1 actual captain for the flight. So the RFO, or the kind of other captain, is doing the walk around right now. And all I have to do is really get the performance. But I told them, hey, I don't really get to do the bunk much, so I'm going to set up the bunk and show you guys that right now. So here we go. Here's an inside look of where the 3 of us will be taking turns to rest when it's our time to do so. We call it a pilot in the can. It's just basically a can with bunks in it. So there's bunk 1, bunk 2. I'm actually going to be taking the first rest. So the captain, actually, the actual captain, who's designated as pilot in command for this trip, emailed us prior. I actually didn't see the email, but he told us in the car ride here, he goes, hey, I'm going to fly us down to Buenos Aires, and I'm going to also take the second rest. It's the most wanted rest, right? It breaks up the 9-hour flight pretty well. Basically, you fly for a couple hours, rest, fly for a couple hours, and you're there. So then number 2 was my choice. I took first rest since I worked out, woke up early, figured why not come here and take the first rest. That's kind of how they break it up. It's a 9-hour flight. It's not 3 hours each because we all have to be in the taxi takeoff and landing. So I'll probably have like 2.5 hours back here. Then I'll jump up front, fly the airplane for the remainder of the flight, and stay in the right seat as the relief first officer relieves the captain. Here's the bunk. We got our sheets, pillows, blankets, and since I'm the first rest, I got my stuff that I'm going to change into out of the pilot uniform. As comfortable as the flight uniform is, I'm going to put on the change of clothes, make my bunk up right now, and get ready for our departure.
A few moments later.
All right, it's all set up. Did the best I could do. We got a little like kind of down sheet for the actual bunk, then a blanket. There's my lovely pillow. And like I said, right after takeoff, usually passing through like 10,000 feet or so, that's when the captain will say, all right, you're cleared back. I'll get out of my seat. I'll come back here, take the first rest. The RFO, Relief First Officer, will take my seat. I get to chill, relax. I probably won't, maybe I'll have lunch, depending on what time it is. It's almost 12 o'clock local. So yeah, I'll probably put my food in the oven, eat, relax, watch some TV. And if you can't tell, I'm pretty excited. Next stop is Buenos Aires. Let's go fly. I've never seen this much gas before. All right, folks, the first shift has begun. We're officially on rest. So I got my bunk made up, changed into my muggle clothing, and this will be my little safe hangout spot for the next 2 hours and 13 minutes. Each of us are gonna get that long in the bunk. So I got an alarm set, but they're gonna ring me as well in case we like slow down or whatever. If our cost index and our cruise altitude speed slows down, that means I'll get a few extra minutes. But got catering, more food than I could probably eat on this. I got a steak for dinner later in a couple hours. I got a salad with chicken in it for my lunchtime, which I'm about to devour. And then I'm gonna watch some Netflix. I'm not really that tired, so I'll probably just chill. The reason I chose the first break over the last one is, yeah, I'll be more tired as the flight goes on, but I didn't want to fall asleep and then wake up. I kind of want to stay on like a nice schedule. So yeah, this is the job, man. If you're looking to become a pilot, specifically an airline pilot, do some long haul flying, you get paid to wear workout clothes, take naps, watch Netflix, and eat. Can't beat it.
2,000 years later.
2 hours and 18 minutes later, alarm went off. Had some good food, watched a little show, passed out hard, feel good, feel rested. Now it's time to go actually fly to Buenos Aires. Let's go see where we're at. about an hour from landing, so it's time for everyone to change out of their muggle clothing back into their pilot uniforms, so that when we go to land, air traffic control knows we're actual pilots, so we know how to land. Not actually, but we obviously have to put the uniform back on for when we exit the airplane and all that good stuff. So quick change, and just like that, uniform's back on. We're ready to go land. See you in Buenos Aires. Well, folks, over 9 hours later, we are here, Buenos noches from Argentina, Buenos Aires. Stoked to be here. It's 11:30 East Coast time, so it's midnight 30 local time. Long flight, but it really wasn't that bad. Between the bunk and sleeping, watching some TV, then eating, and then eating again, lunch, dinner. I guess overall just being excited to be on my way to a new country, got a new passport stamp, just overall excited that we finally made it. So even though it was the second longest flight I've ever personally operated, really not that much different than a normal flight from New York to LA, or even shorter flight like New York to Miami, New York to Atlanta, just a lot longer. So for the flight debrief, started off in Miami. We were a little bit late leaving because the inbound plane arrived late, so unloading and reloading just takes a little bit longer. When we finally got on our way, normal pushback. The one difference, though, I will say, is in Miami, where we're normally parked, we always depart runway 8 left or 8 right. This is our ramp, and then a short taxi to blast off one of these runways. You can see one runway is 8,600 feet, the other one's 10,500. We were unable to depart both these runways because we were very, very heavy. I think our takeoff weight was close to 400,000 pounds. So in order for us to get off the runway, we had to take the longest runway available, which was 13,000 feet, and it was a longer taxi to runway 9. Captain's leg, I was FO in the right seat, RFO is sitting in the jump seat. That's the little seat, or not little, but same size seat right behind the pilots, and we're all in the cockpit for takeoff. Our V1 speed, or our decision speed, was 168 knots, and our rotate speed was 178 knots, 178. That's about 20 knots or so faster than normal weight when we're not that heavy, but we had so much stuff on board, plus so much fuel for the long flight, we were super, super heavy. Another thing that was abnormal on this flight, since we were so heavy on takeoff, for those who know aviation rules, and for those who don't know, below 10,000 feet, the speed restriction around the world is 250 knots. Well, because we were so heavy, our airplane could not fly 250 knots when the flaps are all the way up, meaning we had a minimum maneuvering speed of 252 knots with a clean configuration. Clean just means the gears up, the flaps up. Basically, clean is how you fly at cruise. You configure for takeoff and landing. But anyway, our speed was too fast for the rule, because you don't want to keep your flaps down while you're trying to climb and, not burn as much fuel. So anyway, it's not a big deal. You just tell air traffic control before you even depart. I told ground control, and then they relayed it to departure, just saying, hey, our maneuvering speed is going to be 255 knots, so we're requesting 260 knots for departure. They always approve it. There's no reason for them not to, but it just helps them with spacing other aircraft. So something that's only happened twice, I think, maybe 3 times in my career. Because again, we're rarely this heavy. I'm rarely flying the 767 that far that we need that much gas to get to where we need to go. After takeoff, like I said, pretty standard from there, talking to Miami approach for a little bit, and then you're off to Havana Center, which is Cuba. And then from there, I've flown a few times down to Bogota and Colombia. So you're in radar and HF, or high frequency radio contact, the whole time with all these different centers. The most challenging part, besides not getting bored and staying awake, the most challenging part is just the radio comms are really scratchy. I mean, it's poor technology in this part of the world for the most part. So it's really scratchy. The radar coverage isn't as good. And then for obvious reasons, the language barrier, even though the international language for aviation, everyone in the world needs to know and understand English, it's not the air traffic controller's first spoken language. So when they're trying to tell you to proceed direct to iLink, or however the heck you would pronounce it anyway, it's going to get kind of lost in translation between the Spanish and the English. But either way, we made it down. Like I said, I took the first rest, had my salad. Then when I got back up, I was the pilot monitoring while the RFO then switched seats to the captain's seat. And then the two of us flew for another 2.5 hours. And then the captain came up, he sat in the left seat, and the RFO went back to the bunk. We had some weather near the Andes here. The Andes Mountains. I found out what these were finally freaking called. So it was a little bit bumpy on our arrival. And then from there, it was pretty standard. Nothing really crazy. Getting into Buenos Aires, their approach is pretty similar to ours. It's an ILS to runway 11. Something that was interesting though, as we made our turn over this fix, RSOT, we actually got lasered. So literally someone on the ground with a laser pointer, obviously a strong one, not just one that you buy on wherever the heck you buy laser pointers, was shining them in the cockpit to our eyes. It happens pretty frequently, believe it or not. It's a phenomenon that's well reported in the US. It's very dangerous for the pilots. It can obviously blind us, makes it hard for us to see. We reported it as we're supposed to air traffic control down here in Buenos Aires. Do they do anything down here? Probably not. But the pilots who I was flying with have done this route a bunch, and they said it happens all the time down here. I don't get why people sit in their houses and laser point airplanes. Obviously they get some sort of kick out of it. It doesn't do anything to the planes. Like I said, it can just affect our eyesight. So you just try not to look at it, close your eyes for a second, whatever you have to do to make sure you don't get blinded. But it's kind of annoying. It happens actually a lot near Orlando for whatever reason. There's some annoying jack bombs down there, I guess, that are always flashing their lights. But believe it or not, like I said, it happens more than you would think, these laser beams at our pilots. But we avoided it. None of us got blinded. At least I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure I can see. And we landed runway 11 without any issues, taxied to our gate, and they said, "Buenos noches, welcome to Buenos Aires." Oh, and before I forget, I have to remind everyone out there that us pilots, we're the ones flying the airplane, but remember how we get that flight plan prior with the amount of gas we need, the altitude, the weather. Hey, you're gonna have weather over the Andes. Hey, the weather here is good, the weather there is bad. This is how much freight you're carrying, all that important information. That's on us. We're not going back there and weighing everything and calculating it in our what are those things called? Those wheels that all the private pilots use. E6Bs. You private pilots will know exactly what that is. We're not doing that. How do we do that? Well, again, we don't. It's our dispatchers. So shout out to the best dispatchers in all of the country that work at the company. They make every flight the best, but especially shout out to my guy, Jeff. He was our dispatcher on our flight down, and he shouted it out. Hey, FO, Pilot Pete needs some dispatch props on those videos. Come through the office sometime for a tour if you haven't been before. So shout out to Jeff. No, I haven't been to the dispatch room. I did at my old company. It's really cool. There's a bunch of computer screens. These guys and girls, total professionals, are monitoring anywhere from like 10 to 20 flights at a time. And they're just monitoring all these airplanes around the world. Literally, you cannot operate an airline without dispatchers. They are the ones that are equally responsible for the flight. So the captain signs the paperwork along with the dispatcher to be like, hey, we're in charge. So they're always monitoring us, knowing where we go. So shout out to the dispatchers. I could not let that go. But awesome message to receive at 33,000 feet on the way down to Buenos Aires. So appreciate you, Jeff. Thanks again for all you guys do and the hard work you do to get us to where we need to go safely. Oh, one last fun fact I thought was interesting on our flight down here. So as I hopefully explained pretty well, it's a captain, first officer, and an RFO, relief first officer. However, believe it or not, the RFO on this trip was actually the most senior pilot amongst the three of us. He was a captain, he had 4 stripes. He had more seniority than the captain himself, but again, can only be one PIC pilot in command. So the captain was the final authority, all said and done. myself, second in command or co-pilot or first officer, and then an RFO, relief first officer. Pete, why would the most senior person be the RFO? Well, I'll tell you. Number one, they get paid as a captain, but the trip for them is a lot easier. This captain or RFO was flying with us down to Buenos Aires, which he just did. He'll deadhead back to Miami, so he'll lay flat on a 9-hour flight back as a passenger princess, getting paid to eat, sleep, and hang out. And then he'll do another trip down from Miami to Buenos Aires. So long story short, it actually goes super senior because you get paid to do less work. Why wouldn't you want to do that? It's pretty interesting, the dynamic where the most senior person is the least in charge, technically, per the letter of the law. But all great guys. We had a good time. You're getting to rotate, so you're getting to meet them, and on that long of a flight, you definitely are chatting to help pass the time. But anyway, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I got 24 hours here in Buenos Aires. I want to hit the ground running. Got a little itinerary planned for tomorrow, so we'll check out the city of Messi. I don't really know what Argentina is called, so if you know, drop it in the comments below. I asked if there was a football game. There is one, but it's not till tomorrow night, late, and we depart like, I don't know, I think our ground transportation is like 10:30 p.m. tomorrow, so no football for me. Plus, I think Lionel Messi is playing in Miami anyway. So anyway, good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Buenos dias from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Woke up a little bit ago, had some breakfast. Came to the rooftop of the hotel where the gym's at, but wanted to get outside and see what the city's all about. Who knew the Washington Monument was in the center of Buenos Aires, Argentina? But it looks like a major city to me. Pretty cool views. No real skyscrapers here. Traffic, morning commute. People are getting after it, which is what we're about to do. Pretty cool, folks. Pretty cool. Then the pool in here, holy cow. It kind of stinks that majority of it's inside, but it's this like really cool looking, spa looking thingamajigger. I don't know, I think it looks pretty cool. There's not enough time to do all the things we want to do though. First things first though, you already know, it's not negotiable. Definitely start walking around. I got lunch reservations at the most like famous steakhouse here in Argentina. They're known for their meats and their beef, so we're going there. Don Julio's it's called. I'm actually a little nervous. If I drop this, it's going down, down, down. So I'll stay over here. 12 o'clock reservation, looking forward to that. Got a couple hours before that, and then we'll explore the downtown area. The nice thing, for me at least, and I don't know what the heck to do or where to go, I just type in ChatGPT. This is who I am, this is where I'm at, these are the things I like to do. Kind of spits me out an itinerary. So hopefully Chat has some good things planned for me. Argentina, baby, here I come. Not too shabby of a gym. Got a little bit of cardio equipment overlooking the city. And then you walk into this second room. I need to make sure I'm not paying attention so I don't hit my head. You got the strength machines, dumbbells. Dude, not too shabby. I'll take it. Let's go, Buenos Aires. Let's go.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger thirsty persons. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and
workout complete. And would you look at this? His own personal sauna, folks. The hotel has one right in the locker room. I am one happy boy. I feel like it's pretty common actually. It's hot. International destinations. I've been to a few in South America, a few in Europe that have saunas, but definitely in the US, I don't think I've ever been to a hotel that just has a kind of a free sauna that's not part of like a spa experience. But happy to have this. Gonna do 15 minutes here and quick shower, get ready, and then we're heading to Don Julio. That's super famous, hopefully really good steakhouse. But yeah, I haven't really explored Argentina yet. I know what you're thinking, Pete, you're here for like 20 hours. Just go out and skip the work. I can't, folks. It's part of my identity. Honestly, if I don't do it, if I don't get my heart rate up, if I don't sweat a little bit, either run, pump some weights, at least stretch 20, 30 minutes, I just don't feel like myself. So it helps to keep me mentally clear. So you got the workout done. Had to say hello to the saunas. 15 minutes in here, and then we'll go get some yummy, yummy steak. Hopefully it lives up to the hype.
One eternity later.
Muchas gracias, señor. Hasta luego. All right, so we made it. We took an Uber little bit of traffic, but the Ubers here are pretty cheap. It only costs like $4 American. Can't beat that, right? So we're here at the infamous Mr. Don Julio Steakhouse. Comes highly recommended from Mr. ChatGPT. So hopefully it's worth it. Got a lunch reservation for one, based on the amount of people here on the street corner. Hopefully it lives up to the hype. I'm excited nonetheless to devour some steak.
From Yucubalis and the new terroirs, new appellation.
Wow.
Here's the opposite.
Got shown the wine cellar. They had a $21,000 USD bottle of wine. I said no thank you to that. And then I sat down and ordered myself the best cut on the menu, the tomahawk steak, some charred grilled sweet potato. They were nice enough to send me a complimentary prosciutto ham. Excellent. The bread, excellent. Don Julio so far is living up to the hype. The main course is here. About to devour this steak and let you know how it is. One word. Wow. Don Julio, absolutely fantastic from every aspect. The service, the fact they hand you out champagne while you're waiting if you want, the wine cellar, the food, incredible. 10 out of 10 steak. Was so good. If you like meat whatsoever, you absolutely have to go there. But the star of the show, believe it or not, as good as the steak was, the grilled sweet potato was unbelievable, out of this world, so freaking good. I'm so glad chat recommended it to me because I will be back if and when I'm ever here in Buenos Aires again. But just took an Uber to San Telmo area, so I found some high rises, building some apartments and office buildings, it looked like, along this, whatever this waterfront is, some sort of like river. The ocean's right over there past these, but supposedly there's some like cool walking kind of street artsy stuff down yonder, so that's where we're heading. Just got dropped off, like I said, in the middle of nowhere. It's 2:30. Just enjoyed my day, gonna tire myself out before our nap later tonight, because like I said, this layover got shortened because we're a little bit late and got in like midnight, and we picked up like 10:30 this evening. So just gonna enjoy the beautiful weather in Buenos Aires, walk around a little bit, soak up some more Espanol, and explore the city. All right, wherever I got dropped off, it's not a great area. I don't know where the heck I am. It's all right. We're gonna rebound. I have no service, so I've been noticing throughout the city there's bus-only lanes. It seems like the bus is a very popular option here in Buenos Aires. So I'm just gonna go to the bus stop with the most people and get on, and hopefully kind of brings me back towards the center of the town where our hotel is and where things actually are. Wherever the heck I am is not the place. It's not bad. I don't feel scared, or it's not dangerous, but there's just nothing going on here. So hopefully we'll get back on track here in a little bit, fingers crossed. We made it onto the bus, tapped my credit card, so it couldn't be easier than that. And now we're just gonna enjoy the ride. Hopefully end up somewhere where I recognize, and just do a little sightseeing this way via the Buenos Aires public transportation. Plaza de Mayo we have made it to. We got off the bus. This place looked unique. More so the big giant Argentinian flag caught my eye, so I jumped off, said mucho gracias to the bus driver. A lot of security around this salmon looking house, so I'm gonna say this is the El Presidente's house of Argentina, or it might be Messi's house. I'm not sure, one of the two. Cool Argentina flag. For me, not like I'm a soccer fan, but watching the national team of Argentina play in their uniform with those colors, it's iconic. I think obviously Messi made them iconic, but some maybe protesters here. I don't know, beautiful day. I'm a tourist. I have no idea what's going on, but we're enjoying it nonetheless. I've been getting a lot of messages recently on my Instagram DMs. So number one, keep them coming. Happy to answer any and all questions. Just make sure you follow me first so I can actually see the message. But the reason I bring it up is getting a lot of questions asking about, hey Pete, is becoming an airline pilot worth it? Do you see a future where airline pilots exist? On this age, do you think I should get into flight training? So on and so forth. And I always respond pretty much the same way. It's worth it if you believe it's like the right fit for you. For example, I know a lot of people at my airline, different airlines, or just in general, that would hate to be away from home for 7 days, that would hate to miss their own bed, not be with their partner, miss their kids, miss their routine. That's definitely a mindset you could have while you're on trips like this. But the way I think of it is, yeah, those things may be true. I do miss all those things, but how grateful I am to be able to check out a new city and be in a new country. How blessed I am that it's not on my expense. They're literally paying me to be here. How unique it is. I mean, less than 1% of the world's population will come to Buenos Aires. It's just, that's a fact. Yet I'm here for 24 hours. Tomorrow I check out another awesome city, Santo Domingo, Chile, and then I get to go to frickin' Ecuador, like 3 countries in 7 days. Like, that's incredible to me. So it's all about mindset and whether or not you think it's a right fit for you. So personally, yes, best job in the world, flexibility, the ability to fly when you want, not fly when you want, especially when you get to the airlines that have a variety of options, whether it's wide body, narrow body, so on and so forth. So couldn't be more blessed, and I couldn't recommend this job and this profession more. We've arrived to what I believe to be the city center of Buenos Aires. Oblequica, this thing is called. Better known where I'm from, the Washington Monument. I guess they got theirs probably first, is my guess. We got some marching and protesting or whatever the heck's going on over there. We got a cool BA for British Airways hedge over there, and get a picture. And then we got a special treat we got to try. Shout out to my guy at the ramp last night when we were deplaning. He wrote me a little note and said, you must get the alfajores while you're here in Buenos Aires. So I stopped in a little pastry shop on my way home, and I got 2 of them. Alfajores, a signature, he said, here in Buenos Aires, live taste test. Excellent. Very, very good. I got a vanilla one with like caramel, and then one that's covered in chocolate. Pete, why is your shirt off? Number 1, my vlog, privacy in my own hotel room. Number 2, and more importantly, the AC here, terrible. So freaking hot. I have it cranked down all the way, fan on high. It's a European, South American thing, man. They don't believe in AC. I want it to be frigid in here, but alfajores, shout out. Sorry I didn't get your name. Thank you to you for watching this. Comment below. 10 out of 10 dessert. Sun has just set here in Buenos Aires, so it's time for Pilot Pete to start getting ready for nap time. For dinner though, we're stopping at El Hornero's Empanadas, because I'm still pretty stuffed from that freaking tomahawk steak, so I figured we'd check in on some empanadas while we're in Argentina, as much as I want to keep eating steak. This place looks decent. The hotel person said it was pretty good, so here we are. Got 4 empanadas, 3 carnes, 1 pollo to get back to the hotel and get ready for nap time before our ride to the airport. All right, 4 empanadas. I got 2 steak, 1 other different steak, and 1 chicken. Taste test number 1. Very good. Some like steak and potatoes, chives. Now, SJ, I know you're gonna be watching this at home. You're gonna ask yourself, are they actually good? Because when you and I went to Barcelona, we got empanadas and they were awful because they had like onions in them and they were no good. But these are actually good, proper empanadas. First one is a 7.5 out of 10. If you've watched any of my international videos before, you know we don't have to set an alarm for it if we don't want to, because we get an alert call. So that's what just happened. My room phone went off. It was operations at the Buenos Aires EZE airport, saying, hey, officially an hour prior to pickup at the hotel, which means everything is on time. The airplane is coming from Miami, basically the exact same flight I did yesterday. 3 different pilots are flying it in tonight. We meet down in about an hour. I'm gonna do a quick shower, get dressed, pack up, wake up, and it'll be my leg to fly to a new country for me. New city, new country, Santiago, Chile. Not to be confused with the restaurant chain of Chili's or the great band Red Hot Chili Peppers. I wonder if there is a Chili's in Chile. We'll have to find that out. Anyway, time to get ready, and I'll see you guys on the ramp in a few hours. Beautiful people, hello from the ramp in Buenos Aires. First thing I noticed, grass. Very, very unique to see a lot of grass around an airport. It's dark, it's getting foggy, but we should be good for our 2-hour and 22-minute flight to Santiago, Chile. It'll be my leg. I'm excited. Let's go fly. The almighty 767 doesn't even look like a big plane compared to the 747. Night and day size there. Pre-flight all complete. Back into the bunk. Like I said, those 3 pilots just flew down from Miami, so they got to utilize it. It's good to know they take off like the bedding and stuff and completely redo. Oh, never mind. Oh, I see now. It took this one off and doubled up for extra cushioning. Good to know. Thanks for the tips, pilots who just flew from Miami to Buenos Aires. But anyway, I'm here because it's a lot quieter. It's freaking loud out there. They're just unloading now, so we got a while before they unload everything, then reload. Pre-flight's done. Airplane looks good. Here's our route of flight. Very short compared to what we just freaking did yesterday from there all the way down here. This one looks like a little jump, skip, and a hop. It's 2 hours and 22 minutes flyover. I've never been there. Captain's been there 2 or 3 times. It'll be my leg. One thing I just realized though, this will be my first landing in the 767 in 27 days. It has been a freaking minute. I've been following the other YouTube videos I've been putting out, the Can You Land a Plane? I have been flying the Piper Warrior, but this is a little bit different, flying an airplane that weighs closer to 300,000 pounds, lands at around 175 miles per hour. Little bit, and it sits about 25 or 30 feet off the ground higher as well. A little bit different, but we'll be all right. It'll be my first time, like I said, landing in, where am I going? Chile. It'll be my first time landing in 28 days, and it's a night flight because we're not gonna land until like 3 a.m. local. Those are what we call threats in the aviation industry. This is something that I'm gonna verbally let the captain know, remind him. I told him on the car ride here, but I'll let him know again that, hey, all these factors are adding up. It doesn't mean you're unsafe. It just means, hey, let's make sure we are staying ahead of the airplane, getting our checklist done. It's good to put it out in the air so that the other pilot can kind of back that person up. So excited to go fly, excited to get another passport stamp. I feel great right now. It's midnight local, but those adrenaline of just going to another country, got 55-hour layover. Again, I'm just blessed. Buenos Aires, too short of a layover. Wish I had more time. But I honestly was exhausted most of the day just from flying and the sleep or lack thereof. But feeling good now, got a little nap in, and we're ready to go to Santiago, Chile. Let's go. Hello from Chile, 4 o'clock in the morning. Not gonna lie, I'm exhausted, very, very tired, so I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Better yet, good afternoon. It is 1:45 p.m. in the afternoon. Slept pretty good, but didn't get to bed till like 4:35. Showered, unpacked a little bit, and by the time I settled down, my heart rate dropped, got some sleep. Feeling pretty good. It's freaking cold here. It's like 45 degrees Fahrenheit. My packing for this trip was all over the place. All these places I've never been, I had no idea what the weather was gonna be like. Who knew Chile would be so chilly? Come on, people, give it to me there. Overall, flight was good. The worst part about it was just the departure time, leaving at midnight 30, almost 1 a.m., and then landing at like 3:30 local time. Was just pretty brutal on the body clock, but it was one leg. It was from cool city to cool city, so I'm not gonna complain too much. Obviously, being an airline pilot, especially flying long flights, even though this wasn't long, flying long flights, long haul flying, and different countries, time zones, it's part of the job. So I'd much rather do this any day of the week than a day flight Newark to Memphis, for example, because I've done that so many times. This one has that uniqueness and that funness. So we'll jump into the flight real quick before we go explore Chile. Nothing too crazy out of here, just push back, taxi. Like I said, it was super late, so not many flights. There was that 747 that took off right behind us. They actually came to Santiago, Chile as well. They landed about 20 minutes after us. Must take a little bit of time to start 4 of those engines. But we taxied, they said enter apron line, which is this one right here, pick up Foxtrot, and then we blasted off runway 11. It was our departure. It was my leg, like I said. The funny thing was that I realized, I told you I hadn't flown in 28 days. One of the things I noticed when I went to rotate the 767, I definitely pulled back a little bit too abruptly and aggressively. I'm used to the Piper Warrior, and that takes a little bit more muscle, believe it or not. Even though it's a smaller airplane, it's cables and old and needs probably some WD-40. So I need to use a little bit more oomph with the Piper. The 767, as soon as I kind of did that same motion, it shot up right away. So quickly corrected, nosed it forward a little bit, forward pressure, and then smoothly lifted off. But that was something I definitely noticed, like, oh wow, it's been a minute since I flew. Standard departure though, easy, not talking to many people because it's nighttime and the places you're flying to, there's just not that many people. The coolest part though was the arrival into Santiago. These mountains coming over, which are right outside my window right now, are so freaking epic. I mean, you can see up to 25,000 feet. I think the highest mountain is like 23,000 feet. So those are no joke mountains. When we were cruising at 30,000 feet, I thought they were clouds to begin with, but then I realized, oh shoot, no, those are mountains. You don't get these high peaks in the US. So really, really cool. You fly in this little corridor. You're only like 2,000 feet above the mountains on the arrival. They have you leveling off at certain altitudes to make sure you don't hit them. We had terrain mode on as a double backup to make sure we didn't hit anything. And then you're just grabbing the localizer for the approach into Santiago. Nothing special, just an ILS 217 left, super long runway. We landed runway 17, and then I exited at Bravo, Kilo to our gate. Pretty much the exact same issues as it flying anywhere in South or Latin America. Language barrier is definitely the biggest one, but the controllers did an awesome job. We landed first landing in 28 days. Now, do I take that into consideration when I'm doing my grading? I don't think I'm allowed to, because that would be cheating, right? Because with the first landing in 28 days, I'd be like an 8.8. Like, wow, it's been a while. Nice job. You figured it out. Good job. But overall, like, got to be standard with it. We're gonna go 7.3. So not my best, not my worst. Room for improvement. Nighttime, tired. Been 28 days, I'll take it. But we're in Chile and we're super stoked. Look at this view out my freaking window. It took me a minute to figure it out. Look at the mountains, snow caps. They go for freaking days. And then on the other side of my hotel room, which I'll give you a quick tour, king bed, we love that. Thank you, Santiago. Pretty big, spacious room here. Bathroom, and then I don't know the name of it, but there's the like tower. That's like a tourist attraction. I can't even point it at. It's like the highest, tallest building in the city. And then right behind that, there's like a cable car you can take and go up that mountain. So excited, got a new passport stamp, new country checked off the list, even though I haven't really been outside yet. Just came to bed, had my apple when I woke up, ready to explore. But that's gonna end this vlog because I gotta get it out, edited, and then posted for you guys this upcoming Sunday. I guess it's like an Independence Day here in Chile, so it's actually pretty quiet right now. People are getting ready for their festivities and parties, but I'm excited. I got a few things booked for this trip, for this layover. 55 hours. I can't, like, so stoked. I'm so glad and blessed that I get this opportunity. So if you're gonna wanna see Chile, and then we go to Quito, Ecuador next, you're gonna have to tune into the next vlog. That's gonna end this one. As always, I appreciate you. Comments or questions, drop them below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate it greatly. 100 subs by the end of the year is the goal. We're not even close. We're not gonna hit it, but we're gonna keep going to the top as best we can. Any comments or questions aviation related, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I get back to all of them. Just make sure you follow me first. So I see it, pilotpete.fly. I love you guys. Be safe, fly safe, and we'll see you later.